Welcome dear students. So let us start our topic on industrial safety and what are the main requirements, what are the main concerns with regards to the various factors with respect to industrial safety. So basically we'll be learning about what are the various management practices as a student of disaster management with regards to industrial safety. So industrial safety is primarily a management activity which is concerned with firstly reducing, then controlling, and third one eliminating hazards from the industries or industrial units. So, as already discussed, hazards are basically the potentials of which may be developing or which might be there, which might lead to any of the accidents or any sort of disaster. Now, what are some of the significance? So, industries, uh, there are many causes to great loss to both the employer as well as employee, and it is having a great importance. Now, there are some other things which are involved in case of an industrial accident or disaster. So, cost of compensation, cost of medical aid, cost of training a new worker. Then we have cost of the lost time, cost of investigation, cost of supervision and inspections, cost to the government in terms of factory inspectors and public health services. So these are many other things which might incur a huge cost in case when we don't give the required significance to the topic of industrial safety. Some others include cost of spoilage of the materials, then the cost to the damage of machinery, cost of wages which are payable to the labor and other staff during any sort of injury, then cost of loss of morale. It is not directly an economic loss or an economic cost to be counted for, but it is much more of an indirect cost which hampers the overall progress and growth of the industry. Then we have cost of loss to the worker and also his family. So many a times we hear about accidents in various industries, and at at the worst, even we hear the news of the labor losing their life, which in turn is a very big loss for his family. So definitely, disaster management in terms of industrial safety practices plays a very important role there. Now, what are some of the objectives of industrial safety? So, as we can see here, to prevent accidents in the plant by reducing the hazard to minimum, then to eliminate accident that may be caused or that have caused the work stoppage and the lost production, to achieve lower workmen's compensation, insurance rates, and reduce all other direct and indirect cost of accidents. Next, to prevent loss of life, to prevent permanent disabilities and the loss of income to the worker by eliminating all such causes of accidents. Next, to evaluate the employees' morale by promoting safe workplace and good working condition. To educate all members of the organization in continuous state of safety, mindless, and to make supervision competent and intensely safety minded. Okay. Now, what are some of the practices of measurements and records of accident? Although I don't expect any numerical, but these are some of the practices which are followed. So these are two ratios which are used to measure the accident rates. First one is AFC or AFR, that is accident frequency rate. So it is defined by number of injuries into 10 lakh divided by total number of man hours worked. Then we have accident severity rate or ASR. It is equal to number of man day lost times 10 lakh divided by total number of man hours worked. So what are the number of injuries? So it is simple to understand, but what is the number of man day lost? So man day, we can say, as the amount of work that particular man may have done. So, or the number of days, the working days which are lost, that is a man day, and man hours is the number of hours combined worked by the entire labor. Now, what are some of the causes of industrial accidents? So, firstly, unsafe conditions, which may be due to the job itself, the work schedules, psychological conditions. It may be due to machineries and equipments, unsafe acts, unsafe practices that are followed there. Then there might be some other miscellaneous causes. Okay. Now, what are some of the measures to ensure the industrial safety? So, firstly, there should be a well-defined safety policy. There should be a safety committee of some combined format of higher officials and also some of the representatives of the workers there. Then safety engineering should be given preference, which includes the guarding of machinery, then the proper maintenance and working of the material handling equipment. Then we have safety devices, the ergonomics of the work, plant maintenance, and also the general housekeeping. Then important thing is the safety education and training of workers for safety. Also the role of government, how the government officers and the various departments keep a check whether these industries are taking care of all the safety norms that have been developed. Now, what are 4 E's of safety? This is regarded with the industrial safety. So, 4 E's are engineering, education, enlistment, and encouragement. Now, let us discuss briefly. I have written here. So, engineering, that is safety at the design, equipment installing stage. Okay. Next is education, that is the education of employees in safe practices. Then enlistment, that is it concerns the attitude of the employees and management towards the program and its purpose. This is necessary arose to the interest of employees in accident prevention and safety consciousness. Then the 4th E is encouragement, that is to enforce adherence to safe rules and practices. Next we have safety inspection procedures. So safety audit, first thing, a safety audit subjects each area of a company's activity to a systematic critical examination with the object of minimizing the loss. Then safety survey. A safety survey is a detailed examination in depth of a narrower field of activity. Okay. Then we have inspection. So a routine scheduled inspection of a particular unit or department which may be carried out by someone. It may be a representative from safety committee or safety team from within the unit. accompanied by the safety advisor. Okay, the inspection would check the maintenance standards. Next, these are some of the commonly used safety instrument in the industry, ranging from gloves, reflectors, glasses, safety hats, safety jackets, gloves, etc. So it is to be ensured that all the people, they use these things, and these things should be readily available at the site. Then some other safety measures include fencing of machinery, then work on near machinery in motion, then employment of young persons on dangerous machines, okay, since they are a lot more alert than the older ones. Then striking gear and devices for cutting off power, self-acting machines, casing of new machineries. Then we have provision of employment of women and children near cotton openers. Then hoist and lifts, lifting machines, chains and revolving machineries, pressure plants. So all the things which are very prone to disaster, which has a huge hazard, should be taken care of. Okay. Some other areas in which safety measures have to be implemented, they include the stairs, the means of access, floor should be accessible, then pits or sumps in openings in floors, then excessive weight should be taken care of, protection of eyes, precaution against dangerous fumes, gases, it should be taken care of, then precautions regarding the use of portable electric light, then use of explosive or inflammable dust or gases, etc. Then precautions in case of fire, power which is required for specifications as per specification of defective parts, and also tests of stability. Then safety of building and machinery, maintenance of buildings, safety officers, and power to make rules to supplement this chapter. Okay. So a concerned officer may be appointed, and he may be awarded with certain powers. So let us see some of the guidelines as per the 11th 5-year plan, which was from 2007 to 2012. So it has been recommended by the Ministry of Labour and Employment to stipulate a national minimum wage. It gives the people their dignity. To institute a comprehensive social security legislation covering unemployment, health insurance, old age, pension, disability, and regulation of employment for all workers. Then to ensure gainful rehabilitation in terms of alternate land, livelihood, shelter, and all basic necessities concerning health, education, and connectivity for all people displaced by development projects, closures, lockouts, relocation, man-made and natural disaster. Okay. Then some of the key points also include the Institute Employment Guarantee for urban and rural areas throughout the year, with separate cards for women and for all adults who demand employment. Then to introduce special programs to impart training and entrepreneurial skills, capital and credit facilities without collateral, and market support to women headed households and all women. So collateral basically means the security that is required for credit. Then to enforce existing labor laws in special economic zones, export promotion zones, and free trade zones. So these are some of the special zones demarcated by the government. They all have some special features which help the industries. Then to ensure full-time wage work for poor women and skill and entrepreneurship training for the self-employed women. Okay. Next, some important things to note are the government schemes for women. It must ensure equal pay even if the tasks are not same. Then crèches must be provided for all women. Minimum wages for women in the informal sector and domestic work is required. Then equal wages and occupational safety for women construction workers as well. Then work related schemes should be based on market trends. All workers in all sectors should be given a proper identity card. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. So this is all about the industrial safety practices for disaster management. I hope you all will be exploring the various types of or various practices which are followed in terms of safety management practices for specific industries, since all of you are students of mechanical engineering. You are well aware about functioning about the various types of industries. You must have gone through your industrial training and visited some industries, so it will be helpful for you. And for the exam preparation point of view, you may choose a particular industry, let us say a steel industry or an automobile industry, and you may write down some of the safety measures and what are the possible hazards, what are some of the practices that are very well followed and which are very much required also, and some other things. You may choose any of the topic and prepare some short notes on that. It will be very helpful in case of your semester examination. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you. See you in the next one.